Hi everyone, it's your girl Sarah here again today. Welcome to my YouTube. Today we're going to be sharing something interesting, something simple, something that we've learned as kids, something that our parents have taught us, something that we've been taught in school, something that society has taught us. You know, it's something simple, and that something is discipline and consistency. First of all, this applies to a lot of people. The reason why I say this is because a lot of people have so many things that they would love to accomplish, but along the way they just give up. And the reason why they give up is because they do not have the discipline and the consistency to move forward. Okay, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to be disciplined and consistent in everything that we do in our everyday life. I'm going to be giving you guys the basics, and of course you guys are very much welcome to educate me. I would love to learn from you guys as well, much as I would love you guys to know. I would love for you guys to learn a little bit from me. I would also love to learn from you guys how to be disciplined and consistent to keep making these YouTube videos for you guys. Anyway, let's break it down. What is discipline? In simple terms, discipline is when you teach people how to obey rules or code of behavior. For those of you like people like me, you know, from back in the days, I remember as a kid, my parents always disciplined me every time I disobeyed the rules. It's the same thing that happened in school. It's the same thing, you know, in society. They say if you're disobedient, they'll have to, they'll have to discipline you in order to teach you manners, code of behavior, all this stuff, okay? And what is self-discipline? Some people say I have a lot of self-discipline. What is self-discipline? To cut, story short, self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action regardless of how you feel physically, mentally, or emotionally. It's simple, right? Okay, let's talk about consistency. What is consistency? We hear people talk about consistency all the time. Consistency means doing what works. Consistency means sticking with the tried and the true. And oftentimes we hear people saying consistency is key. Consistency is life. One thing I want for you guys to understand is consistency is not perfection. Having consistency does not mean you're perfect, but rather it simply means refusing to give up. People that are consistent refuse to give up. You want to become rich, you refuse to give up until you've become rich. You want to lose weight, you keep going. You stick to the tried and the true. What is true to yourself, okay? That is what consistency is. And another thing that I want you guys to understand is that discipline and consistency tag along. For someone that's disciplined, it's automatic. When you have the discipline, the consistency just kicks in. So anyway, how can we be disciplined and consistent in everything that we do? Number one is going to be acknowledge your weaknesses. This is the fastest way to create a positive change. It's the foundation of change. You acknowledging your weaknesses, okay? For example, you might have something that you want to do. Let's take fitness as an example. You might want to lose weight, but do you know what your weaknesses are? A lot of people live in denial, okay? The moment you recognize what your weaknesses are, the moment you recognize what's holding you back, it kind of helps you. It gives you the foundation of change, it gives you a plan to work with, because when you know that, okay, I want to lose weight, but I'm just a lazy person. I'm someone that's always making up excuses. Once you know, it helps you start working with, it gives you something to work with. So acknowledging your weaknesses, it helps you stay disciplined and consistent. That's one. Number two is going to be you setting goals or creating plans to work with, okay? Sometimes it's important to work with a plan. You need a strategy to work with, whether you're working on improving on good habits like, reading the Bible, improving your spiritual life, a lot of fitness, eating healthier, all this stuff, or whether you're trying to change bad habits like drinking a lot of beer, being lazy, doing no physical activities, all these things, whether positive or negative, is so important that you work with a plan. Once you create a plan, it helps you stay disciplined and consistent. It helps you work with something. So creating a clear plan helps you stay disciplined. And again, once you're disciplined, the consistency just kicks in. Number 3 is going to be, you need to know your pain tolerance. How much pain are you willing to take? Do you understand how much pain you have to go through in order to achieve certain goals? You know, for example, again, fitness. You want to lose weight. It's not going to come easy. You need to understand how much pain and effort you have to invest in order to achieve this specific goal that you're targeting, okay? Once you know how much pain it's going to take you, some of these things will not come as a surprise, you know, because some people give up, you know. Some people start telling themselves, I didn't know it was going to be this hard. I didn't know becoming a doctor was going to require a lot of reading. I didn't know, you know. I mean, once you know these things from the start, it keeps you in track. It keeps you in line, because things do not come as a surprise anymore, because you already knew it from the very start. And this helps you stay disciplined and consistent. Another one is going to be finding happiness and a balance. First of all, like always, I say that, you know, happiness is everything in life. It's very important that you do the things that make you happy. It's very important that when you're doing something, you're doing it for you. It's very important that when you want to change, it's all the way from within you. There is no pressure coming with it, okay? So finding happiness and a balance is a very important thing if you want to stay disciplined and consistent. You know, sometimes people can be so hard on themselves to the extent that they even burn out, okay? But you know, once you come in with a lot of force, along the way you give up because you can't take it anymore. It's very important that you take one step at a time, you know. Take things slowly. And I mean, once you go at a slowly but sure pace, it kind of keeps you motivated and focused, you know, instead of you know, being so hard on yourself. And this helps you stay disciplined and consistent, okay? Another one is going to be the act of rewarding yourself. Listen, it's very important to show yourself self-love. Self-love and self-care is a very important thing. You know, sometimes you could set goals for yourself and you could tell yourself, once I've achieved these goals, I'm going to do something small for myself. Do not wait for people to appreciate you, because if you sit back waiting for people to always be the ones to appreciate you, you might never have anyone appreciating you. So if people are not doing it, do it for yourself. Appreciate yourself. Tell yourself, once I've achieved these goals, I'm taking myself on a small holiday, or maybe I'll buy myself something nice, as a way of, you know, just showing yourself love. That is what self-love is. So the act of rewarding yourself kind of keeps you disciplined and motivated to achieve whatever goals that you have to achieve, whatever it is. Always remember that. Another one is going to be creating shared goals with friends. Listen, like we said, maturity is when you realize that you have to let go of people that do not add any value into your life, okay? Once you've done that, you know, you need to find people. I'm not saying you should cut off your friends. And again, let's use fitness as an example. For example, you want to lose weight. Out of the friends that you have, pick up a few friends that are on the same journey with you, or maybe motivate each other to get on this journey together, because fitness is not all about losing weight. It can be just a healthy lifestyle. It's just one way of staying healthy, you know. So when you find people that are on this journey, once you maybe convince a few friends to join this journey with you, you know, it's kind of nice when you create a checklist where you check in on each other to see, you know, their work in progress. And this kind of keeps you motivated. And again, once you have the motivation, you have the discipline, and then the consistency. This is how you can stay disciplined and consistent in everything, not just fitness. It can be work related. It can be a lot of different things. And then lastly, always remember to recover from your mistakes. This one is very, very important. Always remember that. I want you guys to remember that progress does not always come on a straight line. And I want you guys to understand that just because you made a mistake does not mean that you're a failure in life. Just because you made a mistake does not mean you should declare yourself a total failure in life, okay? making mistakes is part of being human, I guess. You know, there is no perfect person. We all make mistakes. Some people give up just because they made a mistake. For example, there is people that have kids, get pregnant without a plan. I mean, accidental babies. And some of them say, some of them lose focus or motivation or the discipline to move forward just because they got pregnant before finishing their master's or their bachelor's or their education. So they're like, I'm already a failure in life. I can't keep going. Listen, making mistakes is a part of life. It happens to all of us. It's something that we've all experienced, but use these mistakes as a way of perfecting your future. Learn from your mistakes. Once you make these mistakes, you're in position to realize that you don't want to do the same mistakes again. You need to promise yourself not to make the same mistakes again. So always remember to recover from your mistakes. Tell yourself, you know what? Yes, I've made a mistake. I can't beat myself to death. I'm sorry. Apologize to yourself. Let this pain go. Let this hurt go, and use these mistakes to learn to perfect yourself. And once you're in position to do that, you stay focused, motivated to keep going, hence the discipline and the consistency. Guys, again, like I said, I'm very much willing to learn from you guys. I would be so grateful if you guys taught me a lot about how to stay disciplined and consistent. I mean, there is a lot more ways of how. Today I decided to share with you guys what's best worked for me, and I hope you guys can teach me as well. Until next time, my name is Sarah.